Hello, this is Apostle Rosalind Solomon, and this is my YouTube channel. And the Lord wanted me to do this last month, but I asked God to give him more time before I do it. And so he had told me, like, I asked God, I said, can I at least text him? And I did, and he texted me back, right, with the same story. So the Lord told me to make this video to tell y'all what I'm going through with him. I guess God want to kind of expose him. And y'all know me. I don't like to expose people. And Mac is, a cool person. I have nothing against him. I have no grudges. But okay, back in February, March of this year, y'all remember when I raised that money, I had told y'all God said to donate. I forgot for what reason it was. And that was true. And he wanted me to take half of the ministry donation and half of my own money and loan it to Mac. So I called Mac and I told him that the Lord told me to loan him some money to buy him a truck. Now, mind you, I had already donated to him maybe $2,000-3,000 in the past couple of months prior, because he was having financial issues and stuff like that. So I told him that the Lord told me to loan him. I gave him 7,500, but the Lord told me to tell him to pay me back 7,000. And he had the opportunity to pay me back. He even admitted in one of his videos, because my sister in the Lord that I told about this story, she sent it to me. He even admitted it in one of his videos that God told him to do something with the money, but he didn't do it. He did something else with it, and he winded up losing it all. Now, Sister Pat can attest to all these things, because just about every time I talked to him, I was in the car with her. There was maybe a couple of times I was here in my house and I talked to him. So she witnessed me tell him that the Lord said to loan him $7,000 to buy this truck. It was half for ministry and half for my own personal money. And he found the truck, and he was having problems with the truck and asking for help, and I guess people helped him. And I was like, God, why you have problems with the truck? And the Lord was like, because that's not the one I told him to get, but he got it anyway. So God, moved out his way. So make a long story short, he was supposed to start paying me back like at least a month or two later, like some type of payment. I wouldn't care if it was $5,200 a month, but he has not paid me a dime. And I've texted him about 4 times because God told me when to text him. To say to him, when are you going to start paying back the money? And he always comes up with some excuse and this and that. So the last time I texted him was 2 weeks ago. And he had the infantry and the audacity to say to me, well, I didn't ask you for it. You said God said to give it to me. And I said that God said you're supposed to pay it back, and you agreed that you would pay it back. And then he goes, one day I'm going to cash app you and give it back. No, not one day. You can't even make a $50 to $100 payment. So the Lord just wanted me to expose him, and that's what I'm doing, y'all. He has not paid me back the $7,000. The ministry money I collected was given to him, and 3,000 something dollars out of my personal account that hurted my pockets, because I had plans to do with that money, and I had to wait to get that money back to do what I had to do, because God wanted to bless him. So me and God was talking, and God said that Matt Prayze, I ain't gonna tell y'all his real name. I'm not like that. But God said Matt Prayze would have no goodness until he started paying me back the money. I said, yeah, Daddy, I agree, because he could give $50 a month, or at least, let me tell you something. Before I loaned him the money, I used to hear from Mac all the time. If Mac had a problem, he would call me and ask me, could I help him? And I would go ahead and help him, and I would tell him it's a donation. Mac has never donated $1 to my ministry like I have his, right? I would pray with Mac on the phone. I would teach Mac stuff on the phone. He would tell me stuff on the phone. You know, we would talk personal things. Well, I wouldn't really tell him that much about me, but some things. And he would tell me stuff about him that I would never disclose or say, you know, because Max, he's a good person. But he just doing me dirty when it come to this money. So the Lord, I was like, God, he can't even pay $50 a month. And I said, Daddy, he used to call me all the time. Since I gave him this money in February, March, I don't hear not a thing from him. He don't even pick up the phone or even text me and say, sis, how you doing? Because that's what he called me. Sis, how you doing? What's going on? Sis, I don't have any money yet to give to you, but it's on my mind. And you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make some payments to you soon. You know, but I just want to know how my big sis is doing, you know, because you've been there for me. You've helped me. I don't hear nothing. I have not got a phone call from him since March. And you want to know why he called me in March? Because he wanted me to give him more money to help with his engine of his car. I didn't even answer that phone because I'm not a cash cow. And see, this is a lesson learned. You know, I had to obey God. God said, give it to him, but tell him it's a loan. And God has done that with some people. When I have money, he'll tell me to give it to him as a loan and they pay it back, right? But he can't even call to say how I'm doing or nothing. He can't even give me $50 a month toward the car. I wouldn't care if it took him 2-3 years to pay it off and you pay him monthly. But the Lord told me that Prayze will not have any goodness at all until he starts making some type of strive toward paying me back the money. You don't mess with God's anointed. He's anointed, but you don't mess with God's anointed. You don't play them. And he's playing me, y'all. And God knows he's playing me. He may not have a lot of money. He may not have any money at all. But he had money where he could at least start paying me something, even if it's $50 or $100 a month. He could at least call, kept in touch or something. He just ghosts me. And y'all know I don't need the money. It's the principle of the thing. And this is the Lord leading me. And if you don't believe me, get on your knees and pray and ask God that did he have me to make this message? Because I didn't gave him chance after chance after chance. He has done nothing. And God wants y'all to see the trueness in him. So pray for him that he gets some money and start paying back that loan, because the Lord said he'll have no blessings until he do. You know, and he owes me an apology. He could at least apologize and say, you know, I'm sorry. You know, I didn't keep up with you, see how you was doing, or, you know, or let you know, I'm trying to get some money, trying to do a business, whatever, so I could pay you back. Nothing. And then every time I text him, he got something smart to say. And I got the texts. So pray for him that he get this money, start paying me back. Because God said I didn't curse him. God did. Said he ain't going to have a bit of good. God said, even if he repent, even if he repents for how he has ghosted me and done me with this money, God said until he start making a payment, I wouldn't care if it was $50, $100 a month for the next 2-3 years to pay it off. God said until he start making a payment, he will not remove it. So y'all pray for him and pray for me too. You know, and sometimes the closest ones to your brothers and sisters, man. Shalom.